over the wall. As I look beyond, as I see the sight, everything seems so right. Over the wall, as I see into the clouds, into the night, everything is a moment in pure delight. Sand sits so still, stars are so far, bells and whistles begin to play, chimes into the end, a story has begun. As I sit above the wall, I just feel everything in its most purest sense, is its most purest light. As I take a trip down the way, as I long for the day, what happened back in May, or was it in June, was so soon till we got to July, were you into the lie, or was you in August as a rush, as a hush? September, sometimes you just long to remember. October was a discover. November we loom. In December we looked until something of a new. But we went through the calendars of it all, across the wall, as we were looking into something in great blue. Something that sat so still, that sat so true. As we were across that wall, we peered our eyes, everything in sight. We got everything that was truly a pureness and delight. As you took on the manner, as you took it as a banner, you felt like so regal. You saw something that was going to be free and easy. As I sat across the wall, I looked around me and I just couldn't imagine what was going to come next. But then everything was like a wind in a breeze. Nothing was around, but yet everything was within the earshot of everything that you could imagine. The eclipse of it all, the moment of it all, the stillness, the pulse, everything that was a rush, the adrenaline, something that was so sinful, as a scene out of a movie, like its own motion picture, as you stood to deliver. Characters and emotions and feelings and flames, everything was looking to be called in another name. As I was looking to take it all upon me, as I was looking at the lostness of it all, the waters and the stillness, the psalmist of it, was it still, was it sprinkling? What was like yesterday? What was like today? What was the decorations? What was the accumulations? Sometimes you just kind of sit there and you just look through a scene as the reflections and everything it longs to bring. How it just felt like this wall was just right there. And I looked for a burst of energy. I looked for something that was concrete. I looked for something that was so complete. It was in the pulse and the realness of the night. There were voices, there were places, there were things going on. But yet, you still felt like you could see the birds fly and they were looking for an escape. Have you ever found